Hello friends, I'm George, the nice medic gentleman. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that all of you are doing good. It's time for my first list video of 2024. So in this video today I'm going to show you 13 clone fragrances, some of them new, some of them not so new, that I think deserve to be checked out early on in 2024. The first fragrance that I'm going to show you today comes from the house of Ajmal and it's called Orbiter. Currently, in my opinion, this is the best alternative for Dior Sauvage Elixir. It differs a little bit in the opening, this being quite a bit more spicy compared to, Sauvage Elixir, but once it goes into the dry down, it's almost identical to the original scent. Performance is great, projection is great, price tag is super low. I paid about 20 euros to get this one from Nutino's website here in Europe, and all in all, as I said, this is a great alternative for Dior Sauvage Elixir. The second fragrance is from Fragrance World and it's called Mocha. This is one of those not so new clone fragrances that I'm going to show you in this video. Now apparently this is a clone of Bodychea's Glorious. Now I've never tried the original fragrance, so I cannot tell you how accurate of a clone this thing is, but I can tell you how this smells, and this is a super lovely fragrance. It's spicy, it's woody, it's sweet, has a very nice sort of a coffee vibe to it as well. Very warm and cozy type of scent. Performance is great, projection is great. I really like the look of the bottle, the juice color, and the best thing out of all, of course, is that this is super cheap. It costs roughly about $20 or 20 euros. The third fragrance is going to be my latest pickup from Rue Broca, from the house of Rue Broca, and it's called EX Immortal. It comes in this a little bit hideous looking bottle, but this fragrance is a nice twist on Parfum de Marley's Greenly DNA. You get that nice, fresh, fruity opening with a very nice musky dry down. It's very fresh, very sweet, very refreshing type of scent that I think will be great once the warmer months of the year come. I'm still testing this one out. So far the performance seems to be about average, maybe slightly above average, but this thing is super cheap. All in all, this is an interesting fragrance to check out, and one of the only few clones when it comes to Parfum de Marley's Green. The fourth fragrance in this video will be from the house of Emir and their Frenetic line, and it's called Delicious. And of course this is a clone of Fève Delicious by Dior, the private Dior line. This thing is sweet, it's spicy, cinnamony, very long lasting, great performance, great projection, perfectly unisex fragrance, comes nicely packaged. You get a magnetic cap, very unisex as well. A great scent for the winter months. I've been really impressed with this fragrance. I love the juice color as well, and all in all, this is a really nice interpretation of Fève Delicious by the Dior private line. The fifth fragrance comes from the house of Ahmed Al Maghribi and it's called Simply Leather. It comes in this very cute looking frosted bottle, 50 milliliter size, and this thing has super high quality, and this is a fantastic clone of Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. You got saffron, you got raspberry, you got jasmine, and you got a super high quality leather note on the dry down as well. This thing is supposed to be an EDP concentration, but it's super oily, and in my opinion this is actually something like extrait de parfum. Super long lasting, beast mode when it comes to performance on skin. It's not a very loud fragrance, but all in all, this has fantastic quality to it, and if you like Tuscan Leather from Tom Ford and you're looking for a very high quality clone of Tuscan Leather, definitely check out Ahmed Al Maghribi's Leather. The next three scents will be from the house of Zimaya. The first one is called Sharaf the Club. As you can see on the top, this thing comes in a very similar bottle to Sharaf Blend, but they're two totally different fragrances. This thing is a twist on Creed Aventus DNA. This is fresher, more fruity, has a kind of a soapy vibe to it compared to the original scent. An interesting take on the on the original Creed Aventus DNA. Performance here is very decent, projection is very decent, price tag is quite low, it comes very nicely packaged, and this is like a little bit more of a summertime oriented, you know, Creed Aventus. It can be like a summertime flanker to Creed Aventus. The seventh fragrance for today will be again from the house of Zimaya, and this one is called Royal Paragon. And if you look at the bottle, you can probably recognize what this is trying to be. This is a sort of a mix between Parfum de Marly's Layton and Parfum de Marly's Layton Exclusive. It stands somewhere in between the two fragrances. It's not as sweet and as, let's say, designer-orientated scent-wise like the OG Layton. It leans a little bit more to the exclusive side, but all in all carries that very likable DNA of Layton. You know, you got that apple, you got that oats, that spices, that sweetness from the vanilla. This thing I think has some oat, like with the exclusive flanker as well. I'm still testing this one out. It's relatively new for my collection, but so far seems to have pretty decent performance and quite a loud projection in the opening. Price tag is super low on this one. I paid less than 20 euros to get this fragrance. And all in all, so far I've been really quite impressed with this. And the third Zimaya fragrance in this video is called Guom. Now this is a very interesting take on the Orthoporesis Mega Mare DNA. It's sort of a twist on that DNA. You got a lot of the same stuff like we get with the original, although this thing feels you know, slightly sweeter to my nose compared to the original. I'm still testing this one out. I've had it for only a couple of weeks, but so far performance seems to be very decent, projection seems to be very decent. It's more of a warmer weather type of scent. Comes nicely packaged, price tag is low. This thing on Notino in Europe costs somewhere around about the 20 to 25 euro mark, so it's quite very cheap. As I said, has a nice package, and all in all so far seems to be quite an interesting scent. The last Zimaya fragrance in this video, the Guom. The next two fragrances will be from the house of Maison Alhambra. The first one is called Toro Pro Homme. And this of course is a clone of Terre d'Hermès. It's actually surprisingly good, especially considering how cheap this fragrance is. Again, another sub 20 euro fragrance. I've just recently bought this one. You got pretty much the same thing, you know, got that grapefruit in the opening, you got that vetiver on the dry down, you got some oud, some other spices. This seems to be like a slightly sweeter take on the original Terre d'Hermès DNA, but this thing so far seems to be very solid when it comes to the quality, when it comes to the performance. All in all, I've been really impressed with Toro Pro Homme. And the second Maison Alhambra fragrance in this video is going to be called Signature Number 2. It comes in this very cute looking 50 milliliter bottle size. This fragrance is a clone of Mancera's Red Tobacco. And another pretty impressive clone from Maison Alhambra. Scent-wise, very close to the original scent. I think this lacks a little bit of the sweetness compared to the original. But other than that, quite close. I love the juice color as well. Another very cheap fragrance, although this may not end up being like a super good deal, because this, as I said, is a 50 milliliter bottle size, but still costs about 20 euros or even less. And I'll finish off this video with three Lattafa fragrances. The first one is going to be Lattafa Liam. This is a clone of Gris Charnel by BDK, and in my opinion, it's a very, very decent clone. You got the same fig, cardamom, iris, tonka bean, sandalwood, vanilla, like you get with the original scent. It's woody, it's spicy, it's sweet, it's powdery on the dry down, very creamy, very classy scent, very decent performance, very decent projection, almost perfectly unisex, and the price tag is also very good, somewhere around about the $30–35 mark. All in all, a very, very decent alternative for Gris Charnel from BDK. The second Lattafa in this video is going to be one of their new releases, and it's called Masa. This fragrance is starting to pick up quite a lot of hype recently, and this is a clone of Ganymede. And in my opinion, from what I've tried so far, all the clones that I've tried of Ganymede, this seems to be the best one when it comes to the closeness to the original scent and when it comes to the quality. with one interesting difference, small twist. Lattafa have added a mango note in this fragrance that especially in the opening, at least to my nose, gives me sort of this you know, slight bubble gummy impression, you know, like scent wise. Performance seems to be very good, to get very luxurious presentation, very interesting looking bottle. Price tag is pretty decent, although some of the new Lattafas have been released out with you know, higher price tags than usual, but at least you get a good quality in return. The second Lattafa fragrance in this video, the Lattafa Masa. And the last Lattafa fragrance in this video, and you know, the last fragrance as a whole, is going to be the Lattafa Camera Kawa. Again, another of the brand new releases from the house of Lattafa. This is a flanker of probably what's their most well-known scent at the moment, the original Lattafa Camera. You know, Lattafa have done an interesting twist on the OG DNA by adding a nice coffee note in the opening of this one. Makes it a little bit different when it comes to the opening. You know, this fragrance seems to be a little bit more intense compared to the original. Performance so far seems to be very, very good, with very strong projection. Price tag, again, a little bit higher than usual, but I guess we have to get used to, you know, the newer, higher prices when it comes to Lattafa fragrances. But at least, again, as with the previous fragrance from Lattafa that I showed you, at least you get good performance and good quality all around when it comes to this one. The last fragrance in this video, the Lattafa Camera Kawa. And so guys, in today's video I showed you a total of 13 clone fragrances, some of them brand new, some of them not so new, that are, I think, are worthy of checking out early on in 2024. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in my next video. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.